Morning, and what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Subie Shaves video with me on a beautiful day. Hashtag Team All Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. You know I've got to say it like I always do. Subie smiles to all of you and squad goals. Thank you so much for making our channel a priority and making it happen, bringing the smile. I really appreciate you and your positivity. You're watching this, it means the world to me. I hope wherever you're watching from, you've got yourself something cold in your hand and you're sitting in a comfy chair. Will it on in, get nice and comfortable, and thank you again. Today we're going to be using a razor I just got in the mail from the wet shaving store, and I'm really excited. We're going to be talking about the Mossei. It's an all 316 stainless steel injector razor that it's absolutely beautiful, right? That matte on the satin absolutely just reflects so beautifully with this high polish on the bottom. I love the razor. It is elegant. Look at the shape and the contour. Oh, it's sleek and it's beautiful. And for me, I know a lot of you may be saying, is this what I think it is? There may have been some inspirations taken, that is for sure, but it is beautiful. It uses that same screw with a spring on it kind of system to secure an injector razor blade, but you can load it like you would with a normal injector, where you use a key and a box like this. Now, that is why I believe mine has a small blemish, but I want to call out that mine does have a blemish, and it does come with a blade pre-installed from the factory. I thought that was kind of interesting because back in the day, all H.A.G.S injector razors were actually shipped with like a dummy blade. So I kind of looked at it and I was like, is this a dummy blade? Not a dummy blade. You can use it, and it is their brand of blade from what I understand. The Mossei has their own brand of blades. So today we're going to test them out, the face and neck shave with those blades. Eliminated 44-ish hours of stubble, completely obliterated it. Beautiful razor. This is why I love wet shaving, is because of tools like this that do all of the work in the weight and the angle, and you can just enjoy effortless shaving with beautiful like glide. It has really good glide. It's buttery. I really like this. Now, it did kind of give me a little bit of like, I did notice it feels more aggressive. So I think this sits somewhere between like the two plates in the supply line. We'll put it that way, more of like in the middle of the two, but it did have a little bit more bite on my neck than it did on the cheeks. I could feel it kind of, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be really careful with this. The weight of it really carries through, so you do not want to do a ton of pressing. Beautiful razor, and I'm thrilled to be trying it out today on the dome. It's going to be awesome. Thank you again for being here and making this channel awesome. Talking about awesome, just straight up, let's cross over here. We're going to use Have a Great Shave from the wet shaving store. Again, Andy also sent us this, and can we give that guy a huge shout out? I love what he's doing over there. This is a beautiful, absolutely elegant, luxurious. It matches the razor so well, right? When you talk about just luxury in like contrast, right? Luxury together, it really screams PDM to me. That's what it's inspired by, right? Percival by PDM. And for me, that just comes across as sophisticated, luxurious, and absolutely intoxicating. Oh, that cologne forward nature to it, beautiful. You can see why PDM's Percival is such a popular scent. It smells amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Huge thanks again to Andy over the wet shaving store for making it happen. The lather absolutely kicks. It's bomb. It's that Hathor base by the Have a Great Shave Soap brand. Take a look here. It's not bad. I can tell you that much. It's not bad at all. It's just, look at this. That's post face shave. Absolutely beautiful. And we've got it already on the dome, at least for the most part here. And it just smells so good. It just radiates PDM. Love this one, and absolutely huge thanks again to Andy over at the wet shaving store for making it happen. Huge appreciation. I did want to mention, just a small call out here, we used the Zenith brush with the ultra soft horsehair. Whipped up such a nice lather. Love that thing. Okay, absolutely love this. A huge shout out from Mossei. I just think this is awesome. I really enjoy their kind of packaging and setup. I thought it was really luxurious. I like that they sent the scalloped bar. I thought that was kind of interesting, like a 3D printed scallop bar. And I thought that the razor itself, right, just came across as well packaged, well presented, and absolutely beautiful representation of what an injector razor could be, right? What it could be, what it should be. And you know, it's funny when you Google the term injector razor, right? When you really start researching injector razors, the first thing that comes up is that supply brand. And I want to mention here that small edit, because I don't know if my friend wants me to use names, but I have a couple of friends that love the supply razor brand. It's been something that they've talked about, they've used and sent to me. The problem is they're always like, there's something else that I reach for. And it's kind of crazy. They sell them and then they end up buying the other ones that come out. They've had a couple iterations of the Supply razor. I'll have a little picture here, but you know, the Supply razor's been very, very popular. If you Google injector razor, which I thought was crazy, you Google this, right? You Google injector razor. Supply's like the first thing that comes up. They're really what pushed the brand, but it's interesting to me that this has been around since like 2017, 2018, and this is on its second version. This says on the box V2. I thought that was really interesting. If you look on the actual box here, I don't know if I can actually get it into frame, but it does say V2. So it must have undergone some revisions and some updates. Honestly, what kind of blows my mind is that if Supply hasn't fought them or isn't currently going after them, then there must be something that's inherently different or it's not worth the chase, right? Either way, either or, you can still purchase this and it's been available for several years. I had never heard of this. I was like, a 316 stainless injector I've not heard of, because that's what happened. Andy reached out and goes, have you ever heard of this? Do you want to use it? I was like, I thought I would have heard of this razor, right? Because when we talk about stainless steel injectors, what really comes to mind for me is the stainless steel injector, the H.A.G.S Type O, right? Available for the Japanese market only in the vintage era. This is what really comes to my mind, not this. And this doesn't actually come up on Google until you search for Mossei, right? That's what I Googled and that's what comes up. And I'm like, oh, there it is. It has existed and it's available. It is stainless steel and it does come with two different plates, right? You got the scalloped 3D printed kind of designed. Well, it almost feels like it's an alpha plate. And then you've got their flat bar. Today we're gonna be using the flat bar. Again, this is like a coated and anodized, but it does have a high sheen here, which was really tough to photograph, to be honest. It wants to, as you can see, it wants to reflect everything. It's very, very high sheen, but it looks nice up against this like really matte, just dark, ultra, tons of contrast to the handle, and then this high polish. Awesome. Really love the finish. Did I mention I like the finish? I love the concept that you can unscrew it, load a blade in, and that's what we did today, and then re-screw it together. Or you can use their blades or someone's, on Amazon for a little less money. Their blades are pretty expensive. I want to mention that their blades run like $30-ish, whereas you can get these for a little less than $1 a piece. I like to pay $14 for 20. That's my goal. And if I get that, I always feel like I robbed the seller. I'm like, yes, a discount on blades. I saved 75 cents. I really, really like the H.A.G.S injector blades. But today we're going to try the Mossei brand. And the Mossei brand claims on their website 20 good shaves, right? 20 good shaves per blade. The most I've ever gotten out of any injector blade is about 15. But that should say something, right? 15 good shaves from one blade, and that's what you're paying for in advance, right? Versus DE razor blades where you get like a bunch of them. This one you're getting very few blades, but they tell you is that thicker blade is sharper. And I wanted to mention that I've never seen an injector blade before. I actually got one of these out so you could see it. A DE razor blade, right? They're very, very thin versus the ultra, it's like 2 times as thick blade for the injector blades. I wanted to show you guys, this is kind of what you're getting. It's a little bit different, and it definitely is different if you've never wet shaved before, right? It's the injector blade. And again, this is it's been made popular by the Supply brand, but there's a few others that are on the market right now. You have the Asylum. This is offered over at Bull Goose, right? This also uses an injector razor, and it's made by Phil. If you take a look here over at Bull Goose, it's similar, right? It's similar, but I love the shape. That thumb swell is lovely. It's very ergonomic, and that's my biggest complaint with the Supply brand razor is that the shape of it was kind of awkward. It's very thick, whereas this tapers elegantly, right? The thickness of the Supply razor is like this. I mean, it feels that way at least. I don't have one, right? Me, like the rest of everybody else, we got moved them right along. But for me, it was just a little bit thicker here and a little wider. That wideness and thickness for me, right? Some people, that's what they go for, right? Not for me. I want this. I want it to feel sleek. It feels sleek in the hand. Let's see how it shaves today. Again, we're on 40-ish, 48 hours of stubble, 44 hours of stubble. Really, honestly, we're getting down to the technicality of it, but I've got enough stubble on there, and I had a poor shave recently, so I've got a lot of stubble to get through. Let's see how it does. I noticed on the face shave today, it's efficient. I want to mention that again. A lot of people that are coming from a DE razor, right? You may be asking yourself, is it worth using if I am a DE razor blade user, right? This for me shaves differently than a DE razor blade considerably, very much considerably. It has a lot of rigidity to the blade, and it takes a little bit of a technique adjustment to when you really get the most out of it. I don't want to discourage anybody, but what my one good friend told me, he said is, if you're coming from a DE razor blade, give it 6 good shaves. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Man, that feels so good in the hand. But there is a bad habit that I got into as a DE razor blade shaver that kind of the injector razor taught me is, if you do any pressing, these will bite. That's kind of what I learned. There's something about rigidity and no blade flexion that results in more nicks if you press. I'm telling you, that's been my experience at least, but you can see it's having no problems and it's glorious. This is what I love about wet shaving, is when the stubble, you have 48 hours, and it just does this. I mean, you can see I'm not fighting it. I'm not having issues. I'm not going over and over and over. It just comes right off. It's glorious. It's very comfortable. It glides through the stubble like butter. And the coolest part is this razor is hefty and it is long, and I like a longer injector. I got it out. I wanted to show it. I show it in the video here, but I wanted to show the Type D next to this beautiful modernization, right? This razor was really the first of its kind. This is what started the whole entire using of a box and a little key, right? The box and the key design really was started with this beautiful, elegant razor. And when you sit them side by side, right? This is beautiful, but for me, it's small. It's not super ergonomic. It does get you in those really tight corners. But the thing is, it's just, for me, I would want this thing a little longer, a little heavier. That's for me personally. It's hollow. It's a thing of its time, right? It was very unique. It's engineered beautifully. But I actually think that this is a little bit more utilitarian, and it works a little bit better for getting on the dome, to be honest. That's again for me, but I like this representation of modernization and update to H.A.G.S original design. And I mentioned that with the supply razor. I like that actual razor, the concept of it at least. And then I put it in my hand and I'm like, oh, it doesn't feel great in the hand. It's a little head heavy, or a little handle heavy. So for me, this almost puts like the weight in the head, which is great. I love that all the weight is more towards the head with this injector. It feels so good. Do you see this? It shaves really well. That can't be made, that can't be fabricated. That 48 hours coming off like that cannot be made up. It is a really good shaver and it's very comfortable. Now, again, I am not doing any pressing and it is just annihilating the stubble here. Having no issues with their branded blade getting through and just giving me a great BBS shave. It is a really nice head shaver. Now, the angle of injectors may also take a little getting used to, right? As you can see, you set it kind of to the surface and then you do the shave. It was actually designed to set that shave angle for you. So you kind of press your skin against it and it just does the angle for you, unlike a DE razor. Like one of these, right, where you have to set that angle and then you kind of rotate and get the angle correct. This is designed to really be at that set angle. Now, this is cool. Shield over, Mike over at Shield, I mean, he offers this. This is the injector razor blades and also uses Artist Club blades. I love this, right? It's the AC, but it also uses injector blades, but it does have that angle you kind of have to set, whereas this does not. Phil's also does not have an angle that you really have to set. It kind of does it for itself. I like that. I like when, as a head shaver, right, you're shaving a circular surface and having something set that angle for you, and all you have to worry about is the pressure. I really think that kind of takes out some of the effort, and it just produces awesome results. Man, results are, you let the results talk for themselves here. That is really nice, really comfortable. You can hear, that's what the noise we're looking for. That's the slickness. That's what we're looking for. You can see this just coming off of my face even. Really good shave. That's what I needed. Oh, yes. That's awesome. Really, really great shaver. Really comfortable. Gonna get a wipe off here really quick. My H.A.G.S soap today is ultra hydrated. And you can actually see on my head where I have missed. You see this like line? That line right there is the place I missed. That had that much stubble and this razor takes it off like so easy. Look at this. You can just see it taking it right off. The injector razors from them are good. I won't lie. I don't know who's making them. They don't feel like a Persona blade to me. These feel very nice. For me, I hate Personas. I really don't like their injector razor blades. They're really, for me, they're inconsistent. They're a blade that some of them are phenomenal. I'll get like 8 good shaves that are just solid. And then I'll have one blade that doesn't even make it through the full shave. They're inconsistent for me. This, with their blade, really consistent. Very, very, very nice shave. At least this first one. I will have to hold on to the blade and maybe even try it in a few other razors and see if I can just really push them. I would not mind paying a little bit more if I really, truly got a bunch of shaves. I usually use the Schick Yellows and recommend them. These feel sharper. I don't want to go on record here saying they're better, but I do want to say they feel sharper. They are a very sharp blade. Almost that of like an Artist Club blade. That is real. There's no way the soap can cling to my head anymore. It's just pure lasered to the bone skin. Oh, that is awesome. Very comfortable. Great shaver. Again, from Mossei over in China. It's actually produced in Shanghai. Really cool. Razor out of Shanghai. And the shave, wow. I mean, just take a look here. It is so darn close. Yeah. Like that one. Like that one a lot. And you saw why, right? This is not me just going on a forum saying, I think this is cool, you should have it. I actually showed, we saw the lather coming off, just coated in stubble, and it came off butter effortless. Just like butter. I just put that razor like this and it went right off. I love that. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're into this for. And that's why I love the craft. That is great. PDM Percival, just pumping in the bathroom right now, pumping, and it smells phenomenal. Let's add a little bit more. Oh, that's a great shave. Absolutely phenomenal shave, and close and comfortable. I can't believe that. What a good one. Oh yeah, 113 grams. It's a little over 134 or $38. I'll have the link below for money. When you think about like you're getting a stainless steel injector, right? I don't know. They went wild. I like this. I like it. Just, it's very basic but beautiful. It's like that principle of do one thing really, really, really well, right? Like master one thing. I think that does that. It's like very simple, but it's the complexity is that it is simple and that it is beautiful. I love that the simplicity behind it is really where the beauty comes out. This is so darn simple, but beautiful. Now, mine does have a little mark. I'm sure some of you noticed the little mark. I guarantee that's from when they loaded the razor as it was drying. I think that's probably one of their process is when they actually shipped the razor with a blade in it. And I think what happened is they loaded it right into the razor as it was drying. I'm not positive. Mine does have a little mark. It has like a little skiff, but it had an extra skiff when I tried to load it and showcase that it would take the Schick style box. So I think over time it would have developed anyway. So it doesn't really bother me, but I do want to call it out. The finish on mine otherwise, absolutely gorgeous, and it just really, really stands out, but it doesn't, right? It's like that Tom Ford principle, right? You just want it to be elegant, sleek, and I think that pulls off, especially in the midnight black. Thank you again for being here for the shave. We had a beautiful one. It was close, it was comfortable, and it was with a beautiful razor and from a company I had honestly never heard of. Love this. The packaging was beautiful. Everything about this really just screams luxury to me. And that was the craziest part, is I got like luxury out of this with the Supply branded styled razor, but improved. It's just, I cannot with this. I think it was awesome, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you for being here with me for the shave. It was awesome, close, comfortable, no nicks, no dings, no irritation. Oh, it was awesome. I will catch you guys in the next Subie Shaves video. Today I'm going to get out and enjoy this perfect one, and I'll see you guys a little later. Until our next one, Subes out.